is going to be write a program that will increase or decrease the font on a web page, and you're supposed to do all of this using the unwheel event. The unwheel event is already described in the previous video, or in the video that we just finished watching. That's JavaScript 1.10. And then the next thing you're supposed to do is also using the arrow up or arrow down to increment the font, meaning on the keyboard when the user presses the up or down, the font size of whatever is on the web page should be increased or decreased. Then finally, you should be able to use button. That one is very simple. That's on click events. On click events, a particular portion of the page should either increase or reduce. So the one that might be a little bit tricky, that requires a little bit of checking, is the one that has to do with arrow up and arrow down. So let's just quickly show you, do a recap of how that looks like without revealing too much information. So I just go here and put our event, and what I want to do is that as you press a particular value, the system should be able to tell you if you are pressing either arrow up or arrow down, so that when it's arrow up you can decide to do what it is, and when it's arrow down you can do what you want it to do. So let's do a quick check on that. So the first thing is we have our constant, and we have our txt get elements, okay. The next thing is for you to do your event handler, event listener. So what are you listing for now? We are listing for key up. There's also different type of keyboard events. So, but the one that you use when you finish typing is called key up. There's also key press. Key press is immediately when you press it. So, but we're going to focus on key up, meaning you are done typing what you want to type. And don't forget the event you want to capture. And the purpose of this event is such that you see everything that is being, logged as the event takes place. Once the event takes place, you want to see what's going on. Okay, so immediately I press F, for example, you can see, even without drilling down on the keyboard event, you can see that it's giving us one of the most important things that you want to see. It's giving us the key and also the code. And if I press V, it will also tell you that key V was pressed. So let's press the interesting thing, which is arrow up. Immediately you press arrow up, you can see that it's telling you that arrow up, and watch out for the spelling. You have to type it the way it has been spelled. So even if I press backspace, you can see it's telling you that backspace was also typed in there. So let's go ahead and check for a particular key. Let's say we are checking for X, for example, or let's use Z. We are checking for Z. How can you check for Z? Pretty easy. You already have your information, and you know that Z is being stored inside what is called the key event for under key. Under the keyboard events, if you navigate to the key attributes, you will be able to see what was specified under the key property. So let's go ahead and do our check. So we're checking for the fact that if the E that's the event here, the event information, the keyboard event, if E.key is equal to, we use Z. In your own case, you will say arrow up and watch the typo. If it's equal to Z, then show to the console, show something to the console and say that Z has been typed. Let's do something dynamic. Let's even say how many times it has been typed. X times. X is not defined yet, so since X is going to be incrementing, let's make X our global variable. So by default is 0. Every time that Z is pressed, let's do X++ in such a way that it will go and report that into this information. So let's get to check and see what's happening. So I press X for the first time and it's not working. Okay, so X is not what we're looking for. We're looking for Z. So 2X is down, so let's put 1Z. So immediately you put 1Z, it says Z has been typed 1 time. So let's do another Z and it gives us that information like that. So that is how to watch out for what has been pressed. So once it is what it is that you want to be typed, then you can write the code to increment the particular font. Once it's arrow up, and once it's arrow down, you decrement, or you decrease rather. Thank you for staying to the end. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and turn on bell notification in order to be notified when we release new videos. See you in the next one.